Well, good morning, everyone. We just finished our FMM call with the Prime Minister. Had the discussions regarding President Trump's comments yesterday. You know, we all agreed that we got the best of a bad deal, which, in my opinion, is still totally unacceptable. The only thing that's acceptable is zero tariffs. We're going to continue targeting zero tariffs. I do believe, and I would support retaliation tariffs, very similar to what they have against us in the auto sector, but that is strictly up to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, I understand, will be coming out at 11:30, but I can tell you he reassured us that he'll be there for the auto companies to support them. We'll be there as well. I put a call in to Mark Stewart, the Unifor representative, just a minute ago. I called him again last night just to reassure him that we're going to be there and support him. I believe, and this is really because of our relationship that we built, that we were going down there, we were communicating constantly, and you know, there was a big relief. We didn't see our name on the list, but that doesn't mean these tariffs are disappearing. So I'm a strong supporter of showing the U.S. that we negotiate through strength, not weakness, and it'll be up to the Prime Minister to tell the country how we're going to retaliate.
Premier, what is your government going to do for the auto workers who are already being laid off? And we don't know for how long. Stellantis issued a notice last night. We are hearing that in the United States, Stellantis factories are also going to be shutting down.
Well, we're working with the federal government. They'll be making announcements, and we'll be there to support the auto workers every which way we can.
Through retraining, through some...
Well, I hope it doesn't come to retraining, because hopefully this plant's going to reopen. It's a temporary shutdown. I've mentioned my concerns to the CEO of Stellantis and how we need to have this plant up and going, which it should be up and going.
Do we have a better understanding right now exactly what is being applied to the auto sector and what could be exempt?
Well, what I understand, Colin, and as you saw yesterday, it's about as clear as mud, but this is what I'm understanding, that eventually it's going to be half of, let's say a vehicle's 50% American parts, then half of those Canadian parts are going to be tariffed, which equals 12.5%. But 12.5% still is unacceptable. We have to get down to 0%.
Premier, the Stellantis is laying off 900 people in Michigan and Indiana already because of the Windsor shutdown and
Yes.
Mexican plant shutdowns. Is that faster than you expected? And what kind of message do you think that is going to send to the Trump administration?
Well, thank you for that question. I've been saying all along, I thought it would last about a week, but obviously it's right down to days now on the supply chain. And I've been saying this over and over again, a tariff on Canada is a tax on Americans. I mentioned Termination Day. There's a perfect example. That's just one company, one sector, not to mention all the other sectors. If they continue wanting to go after our lumber is used for housing in the U.S. It's a high-grade lumber, and that's just going to drive the cost up of housing. If they go after, continue to go after the auto sector, it's going to drive the cost up of autos for Americans. And if they go after our pharmaceuticals, especially seniors that rely on more cost-effective pharmaceuticals, that's going to drive the cost up. I'm very happy to see some of the senators, Republican senators, supporting us. You know, Rand Paul, very vocal. He said a tariff on Canada would drive the U.S. into a recession. I agree with those comments. I'm glad that we're bringing the temperature down. It was absolutely essential that everyone just cools out a little bit and thinks straight. Because as the president mentioned yesterday, you saw the list of all the countries. He has bigger issues than targeting his closest friends and allies, but we're going to continue communicating with our counterparts in the U.S., Congress, the Senate, and as well as the governors. And yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What's on the table right now for Ontario potential retaliations?
Well, you know something, I'm going to let the Prime Minister respond to that at 11:30. On Ontario's side, we're still going to keep the alcohol off the shelves, and that's one of the impacts. But as you can say, it's an irritant.
Are you calling for a stronger response than what we're going to see from Mr. Carney at 11:30? You said you supported a strong response, but you're not telling us what he's going to do.
Yeah, just to be fair to the Prime Minister, I think it's a fair response. I appreciate all the support across the country, and it's every Premier. There's no exclusions. I'm glad to see the support of premiers out in the West as well, because I think it's a measured response. And that's what we need to do.
Premier, are you going to be continuing your own discussions with Howard Lutnick and his team, or are you sort of taking a step back and deferring to the Prime Minister on this?
Well, we're all working together. We're working with, Secretary Lutnick. We had great conversations with him. I spoke to the Prime Minister late last night, along with Dominic LeBlanc as well. It's really a Team Canada effort right now. We're all working together. The Prime Minister actually encouraged all the premiers to continue their consultation, collaboration with their counterparts in the U.S. And I think that's so critical that we continue to do that.
And Premier, it seems like you've been, you've been working closely with Mark Carney, and you mentioned that your MPPs would be too swamped to do anything in this election campaign.
Yes.
At least yesterday, that did not seem to be the case with Caroline Mulroney. I'm just wondering if she sought your permission to endorse Pierre Poilievre, if you gave it, and also what you make of your campaign manager's recent comments towards the CPC.
Yeah, so twofold. I said it's really up to the MPPs what they want to do. Caroline called me. I think the world of Caroline, by the way. She does an incredible job as president of the Treasury, and asked me, and that's up to Caroline, and good for her and everyone else. But we need to focus on our job. Our number one job is to make sure we continue to protect the people of Ontario, focus on the tariffs. I do want to make a comment about the outages right across the north. It's heartbreaking. You get these messages, and I'm getting like every 15 seconds messages. We have now 3,700 boots on the ground from all over. I want to thank, which I did, thank Francois Legault, Premier of Quebec, for sending Quebec Hydro, as well as Scott Moe over in Saskatchewan, and everyone from Windsor Hydro to all the way up, all the GTA and Toronto. We've reconnected over 800,000 homes, and we still have right around about 190,000 more to go. We're working full out. Again, we have the teams out there from emergency management, the Ontario Corps, warming centers, foods brought in. I got to give a shout out to a couple, Rubicon and Global Medics. They're out there supporting, be it food or cutting down trees. And I just want to thank the people. I mentioned yesterday, when someone's internet is down and televisions are down, we have to come up with a new mechanism to communicate, because it's very difficult to communicate when people don't have the ability to watch the television. So I think we have to come up with something with the cell phones, because that's their number one concern out there is communication. I know the CEO is going to be up there today in Oro Medonte. I'll be heading up tomorrow to see how I can support anyone up there.
This is the last question.
Yeah, go.
On the auto tariffs, the American president has made it very clear that he wants to relocate manufacturing to the United States. I know it's 12%, not 25%, but where do you see the threat level right now when it comes to those tariffs in the auto manufacturing sector? Is the threat still fairly high in your view?
I think the threat's very high. Even at 12.5%, these auto companies aren't making money hand over fist. They're basically trying to get by day by day and keep their people employed. So our goal is to continue negotiating down to a 0%. I truly believe the president's waiting for this election to be over on April 28th. I can't wait for it to be over. Tell the president I'll call him back in a minute. But anyways, we're going to continue. We're going to continue working hand in hand with the administration, with the federal government as well.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Thank you.